Yes, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the first edition of Friday Night Live, this show with me, myself, and I, Jennifer Muntslag, your moderator. I'm trying to find the camera, who will bring arts to you live and direct from Pakhuis de Zwijger. A warm welcome to the people who are tuning in at home. Happy that you are joining us here tonight at our first Uncovering Creative of this season. And we have a few amazing guests in the zaal, which we as a table will give them a round of applause for being here with us. Yeah. Yes, because indeed every Friday evening there's a Friday Night Live and you can join us online, but if you would like to be here live and direct, that is a possibility. Just make sure you reserve your spot and then you can be here with us in the room, because I'm surrounded by greatness in Uncovering Creatives. We're going to talk with creative frontrunners from the city, from around the city. Who are they? What do they do? Music, fashion, dance, illustrations, the whole shebang, especially tonight, because, yeah, I got a very rich table over here. I got artists. It's the best umbrella term I can find, right? Artists, but if I have to pinpoint, then I have here an artist who is a illustrator. Also, yes. among things, illustrator, designer, Julian Stips.
Thank you.
And I have an artist who does many things. You act, you sing, you make music, you design, you do you in all kinds of forms.
I try to.
Jefferson has an amazing name. Jefferson Yaw Frampong-Manson.
That's it.
A name. Thank you very much. So yeah, I think the best term indeed is all-round artists. And we're going to have a conversation about your artistry, your entrepreneurship. What do you do? How do you do it? Why do you do it? Maybe some tips and tricks, maybe some downfalls, maybe some risings again. But most important, about you and what you do.
Let's do it.
Absolutely. And I like being nosy, so this is why it's my job. And Julian, I will start with you.
Hi.
Because you are an illustrator and you are amazing. I'm just going to put it out there.
Thank you.
Yes. Do you know it?
That I'm amazing?
Yes.
Well, I like being told. And I'm starting to be more confident in what I do and who I am, yes, but it's still hard to say that you are amazing yourself, but
you are.
I'm trying to get better at receiving compliments, so thank you, yes.
Yes, okay, because your work is very expressive, it's very beautiful, it's very wow, and right now you have your first solo exhibition is going on.
Yeah.
And it's going, if I am correct, great.
Yeah.
In the I Love Illustrations at the Halle.
Yep.
And I just like to say, the Halle is yours right now.
Well, it's actually not officially part of the Halle, but it is in the Halle. Is it mine? I don't know, but I'm very happy with how everything has gone so far. Mm-hmm. I've gotten great responses, and I've sold a lot, which is also nice. You see here the
opening night. Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about the exhibition that's going on right now?
Well, the gallery started by Anneke Krul, who is also in the audience. Is the sort of overall theme of the gallery is fashion illustration. So that was my starting point for this. And I spent most of the lockdown just locked up in my little studio painting and drawing. And then I went to her and asked if I could fill her space with it. And she let me. So, that was really nice. So, they're all, fashion illustrations, but in kind of a broad sense of the term. They all wear clothes, I guess. But I try to look at or get inspired by lots of fashion shows and collections from the past season. And I was lucky because the world was in such a strange time.
Yeah.
There was a lot of great things being made all over the world, so I didn't have issues finding stuff to draw. But yeah, here you see me at work.
Inspiration was all around. Because what we're looking at right now, what we see in the video, you're working on, is this something that's also in the exhibition?
Yeah. Well, yeah, actually not anymore
Was
because it was sold. But yeah, this was there. It sounds kind of weird to say things were there, but there are still things there to see. Next weekend is the last weekend, and I'm making a couple of new things because things sold so fast. Yeah, which is great.
That's great. I mean, your first solo exhibition, and then you're selling, and you have to remake stuff, bring it back.
Yeah.
Can we go a little bit to where it all began? Because now we can find you more 2D, but you graduated in fashion.
Yeah, that's right.
And designing.
Yes. Yeah, I did. I went to Arnhem, Artes Fashion Design School, which was a strange time. Not all fun times, but I did learn a lot. But I did sort of find out quite soon during the process that really designing clothes wasn't it for me. But you can see here I did graduate with a collection.
A great collection.
But I hand painted the prints onto the fabric, so it was already sort of. I tried to make like walking illustrations, basically.
Ah, okay.
But yeah, my strong suits were never like fabrics or definitely not sewing. I don't know why, but I can't do it neat enough, which is strange because in drawing I am very perfectionist, but when it comes to like making.
So you were like, as soon as it got to get it off the paper in real life, you were like, nah.
Yeah, and I kind of lost my interest a little bit. And you're surrounded with a lot of people who all have very specific talents and are really good at what they are good at, if you know what I mean. So you kind of start to feel the difference between some people around you who are really good at finding materials or actually sewing or pattern making, and then you start to sort of hone in on what sets you apart.
Yeah.
Which for me was very obviously drawing.
Yeah. So was it like, okay, this is a very great collection, I graduated, yeah, but now I will give you something that is really Julian.
Yeah, no, I tried to make like a big impression, but and I feel like I kind of did, and I did enjoy the process of making the collection, but yeah, I didn't really feel the sort of urgency behind putting clothes onto the world. I did feel it with people around me, so no, I went sort of straight back to drawing and illustrating.
And when was it that you knew, okay, but this is what I want to do, this is my thing, this is my calling from the universe, so to speak?
Well, it sort of grew gradually. I feel like when I'm now 31, I don't know where the past 10 years have gone, but somewhere. A lot of thinking, a lot of not being able to get out of bed sometimes, but I always had a studio space where I went to just keep making stuff, even if I didn't have anything to make it for. So yeah, looking back now on the past 10 years, I feel like I've just taken my time to sort of develop my style and my technique. And now I feel sort of confident enough to go around the world and show people.
Share it and show it. Because what we're seeing right now are your previous works.
Yeah.
A completely different technique.
Yeah. This was a phase where I probably wasn't in the most cheerful
colorful state of mind. Yeah.
Maybe. I was just, this was a time where I really liked to just sit at a table with one pen and a little ball of ink and just go at it with very detailed prints and stuff.
Very detailed.
Yeah. And it's not that I will never go back to this, but I feel like I've sort of taken parts of this into a new sort of era for me, which is a lot more colorful and also more free, I guess.
Nice. This is actually just the growth, and that doesn't mean like it will never come back or whatever. But as an artist, you grow and you go through phases.
Yeah, and I think I also was back then. Looking back, I maybe was a little afraid to use color because I wasn't really sure. I wanted to make something that was just looked stylish and that people couldn't not like, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Maybe it's also a little bit safe. And so, yeah, now I felt like, no, I just want to, why not do that, but with just all the colors in the crayon box.
All the colors. And I think your credo is more is more.
Yeah.
It's more is more is more. It's amazing more.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Because going from, even though I think the previous works were also very much a fantasy world, but maybe like very strict in line.
Yeah.
This is more, even it's super style, but it also has something very flowy. And
It's less restrained, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And I even noticed my posture changed making stuff.
Wow.
I used to sit like this.
yeah.
And now I just stand most of the time. Even when I'm working on a table, I try to stand around the table, which is probably not great for my back. But,
Yeah.
or I just use an easel or tape stuff on the wall. So that already sort of dictates what it's gonna look like. I feel.
Nice.
Yeah.
Your posture changed, so
Yeah.
it's done with another
Energy.
confidence, another energy.
Yeah, I guess maybe turning 30, sort of. I thought I already lost too much time worrying about what other people think of me or want to see or.
0 F's given.
Yeah,
go.
exactly.
Good
So
stuff.
yeah, this is the result, I guess.
We like.
Thank you.
And I want to go, of course, much more deeper into all of that good stuff, but I can't because I also have another guest who I absolutely want to introduce, and then we're just gonna merge it because Jefferson, you are something else. I could name a list of things that you're doing, but what is the best way to describe you other than you are a very multi-talented young being who just likes to spread energy?
How am I supposed to introduce myself after you just said that?
Right?
I think I'm a creator. I
Yeah.
can say that at first, and I think that that's what I am. I don't know any other way to describe that. Of course, I find other mediums to put in that energy and that inspiration. I think some of that also is something you feel, but I'd say I'm a creator, and I like to bind all these different things that I like to do together and put it in a bunch.
In a bunch, because you act, you sing, you design, you write. We even discovered you also draw.
Yeah, I do. I'm sorry. You're better at it.
But you do a lot of things. But you also knew this already at a very young age.
Yeah. I think this was around when I was 16. These are sketches. I actually forgot that you guys got these.
We got it all.
But I think I was around 4 when I discovered that I really loved to act.
Was your acting debut really you acting as if you were drowning?
It was.
What?
His acting debut?
There's a little story. We were going to the beach together with my mom and all my brothers and sisters. But I was at the beach and I was swimming. And at one point, I felt like I was drowning. And I had this like little tube around me to keep me floating.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was like drowning. I was like, Mama, help me. And then she came running to me towards with my grandfather. And then while they were running, I discovered that I could just stay afloat. But I was like, it's kind of funny to keep on like asking them for help.
Okay.
That's how it went.
And that's how the drama kid was born. And then you knew, oh, wait a minute, I got a skill for this.
Yeah.
And was that also because I think, knowing that you like something, you're good at it, and at a certain point there's a click like, yo, I could really do this for a living. I'm gonna make money with this. I'll have fun, but also like this is my livelihood.
Yeah. Well, it took some time to realize that. I'd actually also want to add to it. I'm crazy honored to be here. Really, it's really nice that I'm allowed to have a seat at this table.
You deserve it, both of you. Stop it. You're making me nervous.
But I think I was around 15 years old when I started working for Disney Channel. And I did some things before I did that, but that was my first like main character part that I played. And how I kind of got to making money out of it was because of my school project. We call it profielwerkstuk. I don't know how you say that in English, but that's like your final piece in high school that you make.
Yeah.
And in a like sort of like training beforehand, I found out that I wanted to see how I could make my own theater play. And because of that, I thought, let me try and see how I can make money out of theater, how I can make money out of acting. So in the summer vacation, I just went online. I saw things on TV. I saw like these little bars after a TV show, and I was like searching, what are all these people doing? Where do they come from? What are these production companies? And that's how I found, like on the internet, that they actually put stuff online, castings and things like that. And then I kind of rolled into it, and I made money out of it. Shmoney.
Money, the internet. You went looking for it, and then you said, "Yeah, I got this."
Yeah.
And all these forms, do they also like do they cross over? How do they all have a connection in between, or is it just Jefferson is the connection?
I think I try to. So when I make a drawing, for instance, I write a piece with it, or after I've made a drawing, I can maybe make a song out of it. But it can just like kind of influence each other. I think combining it is a really great thing to do. But for me, it's just a burst of energy coming out, and they fall into all these different kind of directions of things that I do. So I'd say that I might be the connector between them, but I think that there's a story in it, because I'm just a person living my life and trying to, I don't know, withstand myself, like trying to get a hang of how to live life, and that's what comes with it, I guess. Just all these different outlets.
And is there, because doing a lot, right? You have to juggle a lot of.
Yep.
But is there something that has your main focus? Because you're also in school. You do the theater school.
Yeah.
You started this year.
I did.
Started the theater school this year, as if it's nothing.
Well, I think what you're trying to say is, how do you keep them all elevated?
How do you manage that, man?
I'm dying over here. No, it's kind of okay. I think I'm just working through my to-do lists and trying to get a hang out of what I'm doing.
There's only 7 days in a week.
I know. I know. Like I think the things you see are like 30% of what I want to have you see, because it's just too much, and I want too much. But it's great. It's a really great place to create from, because it's never ending. And yes, of course, it's a lot, and to divide your energy like that demands a lot, because people also want to know something from you. They need your information. They need your, I don't know, shoe size. And I think it goes from left to right. But I think like delegating people around me and doing my own job in that is the best I can do. And sometimes I fail at it. Sometimes I'm too late. Sometimes I forget something.
That's all a part of. So how would you describe your creative identity? If you have that, how would you describe it?
An identity.
I'm coming for
Good
you
luck.
also.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he said good luck.
So I think when it comes to identity, maybe it's more about what I make. Because as I said, I'm a young man who's colored and lives in Amsterdam. And I think that living my life and seeing the things that I see from my point of view, that's what I write about, or that's what I sing about. And I think that is my identity. And when it comes to things that I find interesting, it's more like, I don't know, what are the differences that I can see? Like, what does it make that I am a black person? What does it make that I am in school right now? What does it make for me? Who am I as a student? Who am I as a young working man? But also seeing things around me, like how are people being treated? How are women being treated in this day and time? How are all the different genders and all the different people that are finding their queerness, how are they being treated? And that is kind of what I write or what I make, I guess. And of course, I'm a young being and I fall in love, so I also write a lot about love.
So it's because I think also, and for you, Julian, also maybe, we get a piece of what's inside of you.
Yeah.
You're sharing, actually, that's very vulnerable. But then going back, is that something you got from home? Because, not to brag, but you have bragging rights. Your parents have great names.
I was very lucky, yeah. I mean, not just because of what they do, but who they are. They're very wonderful people, and they gave me all the space and freedom at home and outside of home to develop my talents and my interests, and there was never any block from them to do anything. And they
So you didn't have to like, okay, but this is nice, but you have to be, in school to do this, because we have childhood
The older
drawings.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
I mean, I was a very shy and very queer boy, little boy. I think this sort of
A fairy godmother, I think.
I was very upset.
I
I
love
sent
this.
them to you, and still it makes me laugh.
Yeah, exactly.
You just saw the Little Mermaid. I was obsessed to the point of sort of that my parents started to worry a little bit.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Which I later found out is quite a common thing with gay people, to be very into the Little Mermaid. But that's a story for another time, maybe. But and here we have Philip, Alexander, and Maxima. They
Wow,
asked,
indeed.
Oh, I didn't understand. I was also looking at it. I was like,
That's great.
Yeah, they asked all the school kids, I think in the whole country, after their wedding, to make a
Indeed.
drawing, and then they made birthday calendars
Yeah.
from a selection. And this one was September for het Gooi. Yes, I was very proud.
Absolutely.
I went to the gemeentehuis, municipal hall or something.
Gosh.
Yeah, as you can see by her nipples, it was very cold at church. I remember thinking, like, what can I get away with here? And so I tried to be a little bit cheeky. I don't think he will find himself very charming in this picture. I've still wondered to this day if they ever saw it.
If they really saw it, right?
But I hope they did. But and
I think they did.
I think they
I
have
think so as
enough of a sense of humor to appreciate it a little bit. But I was always drawing, to get back to your question.
Yeah, so you were always drawing, always also empowered by your family at home to just be you and embrace that.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. And my father is also an artist, so he not only encouraged me doing it, but he also sort of taught me stuff.
Yeah, is it like a little bit the blueprint, because your father is Wouter Stips?
yeah, who are they?
Yeah.
I'm interested.
Everybody at home is like, you said his parents, but who are they? Google Julian first, and then get to his parents. No.
My dad is also an artist. My mom works for TV.
Omroep Max.
Yeah, Omroep Max.
I'm going to brag about your parents a little bit.
So maybe now we'll figure out I inherited some of her talents as well. I don't know. My father is a really great artist, and he, on one hand, it's a really nice example to have, because he sort of showed me, not by saying anything, but just by doing what he did, that you can make a good living out of being an artist.
Yes.
So that sort of took away those worries. They came later anyway, but and lost my track of thought now.
No, that your father laid a great example by doing.
Oh, right, yeah. But on the other hand, it was also kind of something to live up to a little bit.
Yes.
But he never made me feel like that. I made me feel like that. But
The human side kicked in, and then, of course, you're like, oh, yeah.
No, but I'm in every way lucky with my parents.
Love.
My whole family. But.
And are you also out of a creativeness that your parents, your mom does all of these things that you
No, she
decided to share with us?
She doesn't. I think my father is the closest thing to, like, me. He died 6 weeks ago. He passed away because of Corona.
Condolences.
Thank you, but I thought it might be good to not speak about him in the past.
No, yeah.
Without saying that, but yes, he wrote books. He was a politician in Ghana, and I kind of feel like I haven't really seen him a lot in my life. I think it was about 3 times. Still, I feel very connected to who that man is. But I think that he kind of inherits the same drive for creating, and he wrote books, he wrote poems, he did meetings. I don't really know a lot about him, but he definitely liked creating. And my mom did as well. She draws, and she actually has like really creative hands. She does all these like knitting things and all sort of like small stuff. And she loves to sing. She's not good at it, but she loves to do it. And I think I did take her love for art. Like I did inherit that.
Made your own ball of everything.
Yeah, because she really loved doing it as well. I think maybe you've also seen like how passionate your parents have been about it. It's also kind of like how that you're like, oh my God, this is actually quite cool. You can just do this stuff, and it's great. So yeah, I think something like that.
Yeah, I think that's very important, but also finding your own way within that, right? Because your parents, I mean, they lead by example and doing. We kids, sometimes we say, I'll never be like you, and in the end, you're like, okay, but this I would like from you, or this I would like from you. And then you make it your own. So now you are a young, creative man. Do you see yourself as a creative entrepreneur?
Ooh.
Idols.
Big question.
If I may say, I don't.
Why not?
Well,
what is it?
Entrepreneur, that sounds sort of businessy to me, and I wish every day that I inherited that from someone, but I'm not didn't. No, I'm very clueless when it comes to that. So people like Anneke, there she is again, are very welcome in my life because they sort of help me a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think entrepreneurship, in the sense of wanting to get out there and show your stuff, that I do have that. But the sort of business side to it, it had to come from way further than the rest.
But luckily, if correct, you create a team around you.
Yeah,
can
well,
help
yeah, you find people. Well, yeah, I'm always very happy to meet people who maybe aren't creators themselves, but are very passionate about it and want to help artists like us to get it out there. And
I agree.
yeah, I would be lost without people like that, really.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Are you creative entrepreneur?
I think, as I said, I started quite young finding my own assignments and things like that. And my mom really didn't know how to do all that stuff, so I had to do that myself. Also communicating with a big company like Disney Channel and communicating with all these different parties that kind of want something from me kind of made me develop that entrepreneurial part of me and made me write my own invoices and know how to get your own jobs when there's not a lot around, or how to create your own work, as you do as well, because that was something very interesting you said a while ago about how you kind of fill your time when you don't feel good with also creating.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's very important. But I think, I'd have to say I feel like an entrepreneur, especially with the clothing right now. I have some people working for me, so I feel like I have to delegate them and tell them what to do, which is something very new for me, and I suck at it, or at least I'm still trying to find the best way of doing it. Yeah, this is the clothing. Oh my God!
Because there's a clothing line coming, and you design the prints.
Yeah, I do.
Nice.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, feedback from the artist.
Oh God. I'll just keep it at cool.
Yeah.
No, I really like it.
Because as an artist, right? I mean, I could sit here and I'm like gushing about it because I absolutely adore how you are able to translate what is in your mind, what's in your feels, and put it into color, and put it into shape, and you put it into many forms also. But what does it mean, big question or small question, however you want to take it? Because we could say, right, I think you're successful. I think you're very successful at what you do in this period, because we were like, yeah, you want to be, no, you're successful right now. But what does it mean to be a successful artist to you?
Well, I think, I would like to live in a world where that means that you're just happy with what you're making and you're getting nice responses from people, but there's other stuff to it, and that took me a little time to recognize and sort of accept. But no, I think it's a combination of being able to not just develop your talent, but also be able to find a way, whether you're an introvert or an extrovert or something in between, to find a way to be comfortable showing it.
Yeah.
Because like you said earlier, it's a very big part of you that you're sort of, it's almost like, whoa, to see it so big on a screen. It's really nice, but yeah, in my case, I'm quite introverted as a person, but my work is the opposite.
Very extrovert.
Is.
Is it an alter ego, or is that too much far away?
I don't think me when I'm making art is my alter ego, but I do think a lot of the people that I always draw people, so that sort of says something, I guess. And no, I'm not sure if you call it alter egos, but they're aspects of me, and of my friends and people that I like to surround myself with, and maybe sometimes there are things that I would, for example, would love to be able to dance.
Okay.
I mean,
Enjoy
I
your
can
dreams.
sort of find someone in the club, but that's sort of where it ends. I think preparing this conversation, I had to send you all like a huge heap of work that I did, and I looked at it all after another, and then it sort of dawned on me that they're all people who in some way are very comfortable.
Yes, they're very confident.
With being very out there, which is something I'm not.
Well, you're in here right now. Look at
I mean,
you.
I'm not comfortable being out there, but I'm not as extroverted or flamboyant as
They are.
But my friends are. So I don't know.
It's a bit of a combination of your world inside, but also around you.
Yeah, I think altogether they sort of populate my dream world in a way.
Well, you feel a lot more extrovert than you say, but because I do feel like you're like
Well,
you
maybe-
give a lot of energy and you're good at talking.
This is bringing it out of me. No, I'm not. I'm not shy, but I think people confuse shyness with being an introvert.
I feel you.
Oh yeah, or being very quiet.
People who first meet me always think I'm very shy, and then I always say, I don't think I'm shy. I just don't feel like talking to you. But I don't say that. But yeah, no, it's a part of me that can come out. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that I like being by myself a lot, and I like to I like to go on walks. I think everyone went on a lot of walks the past year.
Oh yeah.
I am lucky to live and work quite close to the Vondelpark, so I know every tree and branch on the back of my hand now. But for example, on my walks, I almost want to be invisible to be able to observe and sort of think and not
be in that moment.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, kind of be in the moment, I guess. So I don't put on my boogie shoes then, but there is a side of me that does like to be in the spotlight.
Yeah.
But it's at chosen times.
Chosen times.
Chosen
Do you have the same? Because you're out there a lot with your indeed acting or modeling, whatever. Do you then sometimes also, at least with me, people tend to think, but you're always on, you're always in for it.
Yeah.
Do your trick, man. You're so funny. You're like, is that a myth? Is it true? Is it?
Is it an act?
It's definitely a myth, and it's definitely an act. I'd say that I'm definitely not into it all the time. I feel like, of course, because people also mistake that when you're an extrovert, because that's what I get called a lot. I guess because I'm on stage a lot. That I actually like to be with myself a lot as well, and I like my time on myself because that's when I do the best thinking and the best writing and the best drawing. But I definitely wouldn't say that I'm into it all the time. I do think that working for a company like Disney Channel and having to force yourself to keep on doing that, it kind of gives me that switch that I'm able to switch quite fast, even when I'm tired, to actually be present and be on stage. But this feels a lot more comfortable than anything I've done for a camera before, because I can just kind of be myself, and I don't have to put any other layer on what I do. But yeah. Oh,
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Do people, for instance, at Disney, kind of meddle with all your other outlets? Meddle? Like, do they kind of try to tell you what to do and what not to do with your music or with your clothes?
Yeah, what it should sound like, the image.
yeah, they did.
Or
They
are you
were
not allowed to talk about
yeah.
that?
I think I don't give a damn.
Okay.
Freaking F. No, but yeah, they did, and they did also advise me to keep it to just working for them, because it was a lot. That's also why I had to stop for a while, because it was a whole lot of things that I did back then as a young person. But yeah, they did definitely give you advice, of course. There were some contract, things in the contract that you weren't allowed to do, of course, like working for certain companies or things like that. But they did advise us to do certain things. Yeah, this is where I
Keep with the image.
project.
What age is this? At what age is
I
this?
think I was 17 in here. Yeah, I was really happy back then, but I didn't know what I signed for.
You didn't get to do all of that work. You got into that machine. You
Yeah,
just
yeah,
got into
yeah.
the machine.
Yeah, exactly.
But there are also lessons to be learned there, right? Because
Of course,
you crave something, you want it, and then you have it, and then you realize, okay, because at a certain
That's the
point,
scary part.
yeah,
Yeah.
you will have to be able to answer to yourself, do I still want
Yeah.
this, if this is what it is?
Exactly. And that's why I had to quit for a while to really realize that it is something that I want to do, because in that time I thought I was never going to be on stage again. I thought I was going to stop and just I went to a normal school because I actually thought I was never going to do any of this what I'm doing right now, but I realized that if you also said that you're kind of like cared for what other people think of you, and I think when you're in the spotlight you get a lot of attention, and also it kind of doesn't stop with the people you don't know. It also happens to the people you know.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah,
That laugh is like, yeah.
because it's kind of weird that when you're in a conversation with your grandmother, that she can be like proud of you in a way that you're like, this feels odd. You're kind of a fan right
This is
now.
us. This is
Yeah,
it.
I'm me right now. Just see me as I am, and I think that was something I dealt with, and something I accepted, and then something I accept right now, because I think that is a certain illusion someone deals with, that you are either famous or something like that, because I'm not. Definitely not. I can go to the Albertine and I don't feel anything for that, but at a certain point working for Disney Channel, I did feel like I was famous, or I was like, oh, maybe this is gonna actually go really wild, and that thought just drive me nuts.
Like, I need to be grounded again.
Yeah. and now I feel like I like not giving a fuck, actually not giving about it, like not putting any, how can I say, worth into that part of that like
That's
that,
fame. That
fame.
spotlight fame out
Just
there.
kind
Yeah.
of really brings me down to the ground and keeps me like
But
really
to
sad.
realize all those things at whatever age you are, like 20
22.
or 21, you were then, I guess.
I
when-
was 18 back
yeah,
then.
or
when that
even
happened.
18 even. That's really commendable.
Yeah.
Well,
a lot
it
longer.
might still change. Maybe I'm gonna have this like super ego when things do pop up, but I don't think so. I think I really like how I am right now, and I kind of want to keep that for a while. So I'm kind of
That's
happy.
good. Or else Julian and I will bring you back to earth.
Yeah. Thank you.
Feel
Yeah, we
privileged
should.
enough to say, hey, remember that time at the
Ciao,
table?
yeah.
You better get back.
Yeah.
Get back.
Yeah.
All right. So I will get back to you ASAP. But
Go do.
we also have a very new segment in Uncovering Creatives because, of course, there are creatives at the table, but Amsterdam and all the other big cities are brewing with makers that are creating absolutely amazing things. And I have one of those amazing people online. In a Zoom, she's opening a store of her new brand coming weekend, and I would like to ask a little who, a little what, a little how. Malou Ulte. Malou, are you there? Are you in the Zoom with us? Hello, hello.
Hi.
Hi, Malou,
Hi.
the founder of Bound Studios. How are you doing today? Okay, so Bound Studios is about to be opened, a little shop where we can get our jewelry on, if correct.
That's correct.
Tell us a little bit about your brand.
So I launched Bound Studios in 2018. And this weekend I'm opening up my first brand store on the Tweede Constantijn Huygenstraat.
Sweet.
That's a
Nice.
spot though.
Right?
Not bad, not bad.
Yeah, it's a really nice area. It's not too busy, but it's still busy, so that's good.
Yes.
And Bound Studios is a sustainable jewelry brand. Everything has been made, is designed in Amsterdam and made in Portugal. And all the packaging is plastic free and high quality.
High quality, pleasure. And what that those are the key brands of the key values of the brand?
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
And what was it that you said, okay, cool, right? 2018, we started, we're growing, we're going great. I want
Yeah.
to do this in a shop because that's also like a new phase and absolutely exciting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to say that I think it's also a little bit related to COVID. When I had some customers come by at the office, I loved having like interactions with them. And since like 4 or 5 months, there were more and more people asking if I had a physical shop because I feel like everyone has been shopping online for 1.5 years. They just want to go.
Yeah.
So it was a perfect time. And as soon as I started on the store, there were more and more customers that just wanted to just come by to see it. So I was like, okay, perfect, but you have to wait.
It's coming, it's coming. And now, coming weekend, it's about to happen. Is there something special we should know? Of course, the address again, but what's going to happen? Are you planning to go big? Is there going to be fireworks?
Well, so this is a soft opening. And on October 16th, during ADE, people can come by, have a big opening.
Good. Timing.
Nice.
Come with a hangover, drink some champagne, eat some strawberries, and then go partying again.
And buy jewelry.
And buy jewelry, of course. You know, finish the outfit to your next ADE party so people will think you went home, but you just decorated yourself more. So you're opening a shop, right? You've been doing this, you're successful at it, people are asking. Do you have any tips for anybody listening or even the artists here at the table who want to open a shop or are ready for that step? What should they take with them?
Well, if you're gonna do most of it yourself, which I did, be prepared to have moments that go wrong.
Yeah.
That you are the only one that is accountable for opening this shop. I had a lot of mental breakdowns, but eventually it's all going to be worth it.
Okay, so just roll it with the punches. Be ready for those punches and roll with them.
Yes, 100%.
All right. So again, pluggings. Bound Studios. That's also the name on the socials. Where do we need to be for the soft opening this weekend, but on the 16th of October during ADE?
Tweede Constantijn Huigenstraat 57.
Tweede Constantijn Huigenstraat 57. Do not miss that. Make sure you are there. Make sure you follow the socials, like it, click online. Online buying is very nice, but the nicer thing to do, go support this amazing entrepreneur in her shop in real life in Amsterdam. Thank you so much, Malou. Success. Love and light to you. And I'll make sure to drop by and do a little dance and some hangover drinking for my next hangover. But thank you so much and good luck.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, you're welcome. Bye-bye. Love that.
Aw,
Right?
that was cute.
That's great. I love it when that's what I like about the show also, that we can like have a grab, because sometimes you're like, everybody's like, oh, Amsterdam's so big, and then at the same time sometimes you can be like, oh, Amsterdam's very small. But there's a lot happening, and I like it that we can shed light on each other and be accepted in that, and like collaborate.
That's great.
So, speaking of greatness, at my table, we always have a deck of cards. I lay it in the hands of the universe. On these cards, you can pick left or right.
Wow.
Left or right, right, left.
Whoa.
Pick one,
Damn.
and then there will be a question, and then you're going to answer the question.
Okay.
It's going to be very easy.
Do I get escapes?
No escapes. Only left or right. So, what's left, what's right? Whatever you want. Yes. So, Julian, you're first.
Left.
Left.
That
Julian's left.
Is it gonna work?
Yeah.
It is. So, the question is,
Ooh.
is more a lifestyle?
I'm acting surprised, but this was already on the Instagram.
You already thought about it.
I already thought about it a little bit, but I have to say I haven't really found an answer in the meanwhile, because it can mean so many different things. Lifestyle. I don't know. It immediately made me think no, because I think the whole world should do well with doing with a little less sometimes. We're all overproducing, overeating, overing. So in that case, no. Or well, it can be a lifestyle, but I'm not sure it's a good one. But no. For me, it's more only accounts for my work and the style of my
The style of your art.
and the house, but I live in. But no, just aesthetically, yes. Otherwise, maybe not.
Maybe not. more is more because you're doing a lot. Is a lot a lifestyle?
I think I'd have to say, for me, like when it comes down to indeed the projects, it is, because I really hate to say no to projects.
Yeah?
So you can actually ask me for almost.
No, don't say this. No, you're not going to say this online. I'm going to protect you. You're not going to say this
But I'm actually,
right
but
now.
I'm trying to. At this point, I'm actually really trying to filter things out and to like kind of say no to things. It's happening, okay?
Yeah, it's happening. Okay, but good
You
question.
realize how lucky you are that you get asked.
Yeah,
Right?
Really, I'm at this point
Great.
in my life right now that I'm like, what? Did this just happen in the meantime? Like, I really tried for a really long time, and now you can get asked for something like this. It's just amazing. It feels so great to have that kind of, I don't know, respect towards your art in a way, or
But you manifested that, and you worked hard for it.
Yeah.
You put it out there.
But it helps you to realize it yourself a little
Yeah.
bit when other
Oh,
people
yeah.
sort of tune in and sort of name it worthy or something.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of it can come from yourself, but we're all here together, so you can depend a little bit on what other people think.
Yeah.
That's not unhealthy.
Absolutely not. But how do you set? And maybe Julian, you have a good tip or advice for Jefferson.
Thank you. I'd love
Because
to have
working with different people, working for brands also, and people who like what you make. Where do you put your boundaries? Where do you say, okay, yeah, but this is very. Thank you for asking me, but nah, it doesn't fit, or
Well, before saying yes to something, I think there's this rule of three: either you earn money from it,
Yep.
or you enjoy doing it. What's
and
the third?
like
Oh, or it creates exposure.
oh yeah.
So if none of those three come up, then you can probably say no, because then there's really no reason to do it. I think, first of all, ask yourself if you enjoy doing it, but we're not always in the financial or practical situation.
yeah.
I think of that first, but I don't know. I think when you're working on something for a company or a brand, especially, well, from my point of view with drawings and illustrations, sometimes it can sort of not really help the process when too many opinions, too many fingers in the pop.
Yeah.
Then it sort of ruins the whole thing, because it becomes a compromise.
Yeah, and it should be you because they asked you.
Yeah, so you should probably try to find a way to tell people nicely and respectively that they should leave it up to you.
Yeah, back off, please.
That's definitely a good tip. I should be.
I don't
able
know
to
if
do
I
that
have it, but that's, I guess, what you...
more. You put it in the middle. Just grab it
Okay,
both.
next card, Jefferson, for you, left or right?
Well, I feel like I have to choose right now.
You don't have to do anything. You set your own boundaries.
Is there a different card on the left now?
Yes, of course there is.
Okay, then
I think.
let's choose left again.
Is there? It's like, yeah, no, there is. There will be. Let's see. See, have you ever doubted your own talent?
Every day. I doubted it today
Yeah.
in class. Yeah, a lot.
What? How did you flip it into? I got this, or at least, okay, I got this.
Well, I think at the end of the day, when I come back home from doing everything, I'm like, oh, well, at least I got through. So tonight, when I lay in my bed, I'm gonna be like, I survived. It's not that bad to fail. I think I for myself, like I really don't like it when people tell me that I can't do something before I've tried it.
Okay, yeah.
So after I've tried it, it's okay for me to fail, and it's okay for me to doubt about it. I think that doubt in your talent is actually what growth is, because where you find those points within yourself that you're like, I think that's maybe not good. Of course, it's not good to like keep on saying what's good and what's bad, because we don't know. It's art. Nothing's good and nothing's bad. But the fact that you're consciously thinking about the idea of where you want to be, that's kind of what helps me to get better at what I do, I guess.
Ugh.
So the doubting isn't nice, but it does, like, growing isn't nice. I like
Growing pains.
Yeah,
we call them.
a lot of it is nice when you show people things and they're like, oh my god, it's actually quite cool. But most of the time you're like, yeah, this kind of sucks.
Yeah, but that's artist's own, because
Yeah,
in
I
the
think
end
so.
we are very We are, because I'm
Yeah,
artist.
you were an artist.
No, but we are sensitive people. At the same time, again, you're sharing something that is, it is meant to share, but it's also personal because you put you in it.
Yeah. No, I think if it were the other way around, it would be more worrisome if you wwere some sort of narcissist who
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
thought
yeah, yeah.
everything is great, but that I guess means you will never grow either. So yeah, it's but kind of a shame that being an artist, in I think 99% of the cases, goes along with being
Yeah.
kind of a mind.
Fluctuating in feelings.
Fluctuating.
But that's what makes it what it is. So
Yes.
just try to find
Artists.
a way to enjoy
And we're
it.
sensitive about our ish.
Yeah.
Okay, one more card because time, but I want more cards because I like the cards.
Yes.
So who's picking a card? Yes.
B. Right.
Right.
Yeah, I would go for
Right. We want the right side for both of you. Describe where you will be in 15 years. Okay, so Pakhuis de Zwijger is 15 years old. Yay!
Yeah, it is, right? Oh,
So that's great.
Ah.
So this question, I like to link in that. Thank you very much.
15 years, that's
We're very
a long
young.
time.
That's a long time, yeah.
Wow.
I don't know where I'll be tomorrow.
In 15 minutes.
I hope.
Yeah.
Hope I will by then have branched out to other places in the world. Maybe have a loft in New York.
Ooh, yeah.
A
A loft
penthouse
in New
in
York.
Paris. I don't know. No, I don't have. No,
Put it in the air,
Not about
please.
material things, but I would like to have traveled a little bit with my work and have had nice collaborations or exhibitions in other cool cities.
And is there something in particular that you said, I would love to have a window there, a collaboration with that name, or a street, or,
Well,
you know?
because I've lived in Amsterdam for I don't know 8 years or something. Bijenkorf is like a
course.
staple.
It's a
Because
goal.
yeah, you see, they have all during Christmas or whatever, they have these wonderful projects all across the whole side of the building.
Yeah.
So I can sort of imagine my
Artworks in
things
there.
there.
I absolutely see that
But
happening.
yeah, so that's for here. But then also, why not do Macy's and Harrods and I don't know.
I feel you.
You heard it first.
Well, if I see your
So
drawings,
if
I
you're
am
listening, call me.
If you're listening, and the cool thing is this is being recorded, so when you will have that big interview later with Times and whatnot, and you had that window,
If,
they will
say if,
go
don't
back
jinx
to
it,
this
yeah.
moment here. So, yeah, you were at the table with those two other people.
Yeah.
And then
you want a percentage? Is that what you mean?
No. I just wanna say we knew that it was
We
gonna
knew.
happen.
We knew. I know for sure. Yeah.
I'll remember you for that forever.
For that, and for you, in 15 years.
I'm gonna be 37 then. I hope I'll still be touring around the world. On my own tour bus. I hope that I'd be able to bring my friends with me on tour. I'm just gonna spit it out. Like, I know this might not be able to happen at all, but
Yes, you will.
just gonna
put it out
manifest
there.
that shit.
Yeah.
I'd love to indeed also have branched out to different parts of the world. Maybe even speak some other languages, like Arab or French or Spanish. I hope that by that time I'll have someone next to me that I love, and maybe some kids, or I don't know in what way. I think. Yeah, I think the greatest thing would be if I'd still be doing what I'm doing right now, and maybe with a little bit more help. So,
With a great team
Yeah, with a
around
great
you that
team.
you're not, doing everything yourself.
Exactly.
You don't have to clone yourself, but amazing people that will manage.
just kind of like that freedom that when you wake up in the morning and you have an idea, at the end of the day, there's something actually being realized to go create that and actually make that. You're like, oh, these lights or this stage, or we want to go into the beach and have an entire stage in there, and then that can just
That it
actually happen.
happens.
Yeah, that would be great.
Well, call this the manifesting table because I see it happening. This doesn't sound like any crazy goals. Seeing the way that you both present your work, how you do it, the love that I feel for it, me being myself, and then imagining that only 100 people do that, and then 100 more. So this is greatness. happening for you. Please give that to yourself. I mean,
Thank you.
more sold out exhibitions. And for you, more of all of the goodness that you do. And if correct, you will bless us also tonight with a live song. Because that will be amazing.
Yeah.
Because you also do music, you do modeling, you have been doing all of that. But now we would like to hear that golden voice.
Yes, please.
Do you want to do it?
Yes, yeah. So Kimberly will set everything up for you. You go over there. I will give you like a proper announcement. Or do I end with Jefferson? No. You do a song and then I will close the show.
Cool. Oh my God.
Don't make me cry though. I cry a lot if I like stuff.
It's not a cry song.
No, but also if I'm happy, I'm really excited, I just burst out in crying. It's energy needs to. Is this a new song?
So, hey, this song I made quite some time ago. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna move it. What? I made quite some time ago because not that long ago. I think about 4 months ago, and right now we are producing it and we're making a video clip for it, and the production sounds awesome. I'm gonna be really happy when I'm gonna share that. But
Yes.
this is the acoustic version. I'm first gonna tune my guitar because I don't know its tune.
Okay, he's gonna tune his guitar, then we're gonna hear the acoustic version of Officer Don't Let Go.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well hit it. Jefferson.
She left the big in California. I still don't know where she went. Hope she didn't catch a 10. She left a note to make amends. Oh, you'd never get her caught at night, 'cause she never fell in love. You'd fall deep into a touch. She was deep undercover. Oh, walk, never run alone. Your specific wine, we never dance alone. Oh no, I am innocent, of course. Officer, this is the truth, she just let me alone. Told me I would be a soldier, we'd be together till the end. Now she's with another man, a female spider knows her plan, and she always seems to get out, touches bullets like they're fried. I send Lupin, I kinda tries. Can't even blame her 'cause she must. Oh, walk, never run alone. Your specific wine, we never dance alone. Oh no, I am innocent, of course. Officer, this is the truth, she just let me alone. She just let me alone. I love it when she goes. Don't ever get too close. I don't need this alone. She just let me alone. Take it down, take it down, down, take it down, take it down, down, take it down, down. Take it down, down, take it down, take it down, 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 take it down, down. Take it down, down, take it down, take it down, 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 take it down, down. Take it down, take it. She just let me alone. I love it when she goes. They'll never get too far. I don't need this alone. She just let me alone. I love it when she goes. They'll never get too far. I don't need this alone. She just let me alone. I love it when she goes. They'll never get too far. I don't need this alone. She just let me alone. I love it when she goes. Don't ever get too me this alone.
Jefferson, the amazing Jefferson Yaw Frampong-Manson. Do not forget that name. Find it on the socials, but also find your way till this weekend, the I Love Illustrations Gallery at the Halle. If you're lucky, you will still be able to enjoy and find and buy yourself next weekend. Next week. I'm cutting it short. Till next weekend, Julian Stips, amazing work. But please check him out online. Make sure you support your local artists. That's what I'm trying to say. Make sure you support them online, but also in real life. Go to the shop of Bounce Studios and make sure that you tune in next week, 8 o'clock. We will be here. You can tune in online, but also you could be here with us in the studio. Feel that great vibe. We have artist Raoul Balai will be here, but also photographer Coco Ola Kunle will be here. You do not want to miss that. I'm here, but it's not about me. It's all about these crazy, creative, amazing front runners, and they are here, and they are running, and I am telling you, you want to run with them. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Jennifer. Peace out. Good night.